free-to-play players, this one timing trick can double your event rewards. And I'm completely not joking, because you can actually end up in my situation. And what I mean by that, now back in the days when I started playing Call of Dragons, I was in the kingdom where we was not having that, or server where we was not having that many tier 5 players. We was basically have like 2 tier 5 players, and they opened the tier 5 like 2 weeks before the season end. Now why I'm saying this thing is just because the competition in this season, or in this kingdom, was not huge, and I was able to compete in the events. But lately, as you can see, I'm in one of the most strong alliances in Call of Dragons. And what I mean by that, this is basically BTX, which is like 30 million power alliance. Pretty big, 20 billion with one big B, 20 billion power. So if you end up, because this is something that is natural, you want to go in more strong kingdoms. Obviously, if you're casual players, you want to just chill around and not looking to go in the top performing kingdoms. But yeah, if you end up in this situation where there is so many whales around you, you definitely need to be smart to somehow compete in the events. Now, I know what I'm going to see in the comments. You're joking, nobody can actually compete with whales and etc. But this is not actually true. I mean, when the event starts, you're going to, even if the whale or kraken have unlimited pockets, let's say it like this, when the things start and the events start, where is the competition, and they're starting from the ground zero, there is just so much you can actually buy. I mean, you can buy this supply station, you can get great value, or maybe you're looking to train more too, because if you're well and you're tier 5, most likely you're not going to get benefits from construction speed, you're not going to get benefits from the research speed. So in situation like this, the only thing you can actually go for is training troops. This is the only thing that you actually matter for the whales and krakens. Obviously, from the this is not the only place where you can get some extra. This is March of Conquer, that's going to give you a universal one, but in the same time there is also, I think, training speed ups somewhere here. Yeah, this is basically the training speed up, sorry about that. Now you can get for Blizzard Journey, where you're also going to get some training speed ups, but there is a point where you can outbuy basically everything, and I see people basically going for the great value bundles in Call of Dragons and buy everything. There is nothing left here, you know. So you have a window and fixed amount of bundles that you can actually buy, but can a kraken outspeed up a player who is saving for half year? Now they're going to be close, but still. Now here strongly depend if you have a VIP 15. I have to mention that because I get this question a lot. Yo Burgas, how I can actually compete with the whales? And I'm saying from my personal experience, being in one of the strongest lands in Call of Dragons, I'm saving, and I'm saving from long time. Now I'm going to share with you how many speed ups I have. I have general speed ups 1642 days. I have training speed ups 662 days. Now, if somebody new come in my kingdom, can I actually compete with him and he's not having his construction and research done? Now here is where the juicy part is, and you can compete with whales also with your construction, with your buildings. Basically, if you're like 29 or maybe you're 27, the half order, you still need College of Order. There is a research here that need to be done. You're going to get benefits from these speed ups, that is building speed ups and research speed ups, which is not that many. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that many, but still is going to add a value. Now the thing you have to do is just save. That's all. Patience and discipline. This is how the things are done in Call of Dragons. If you end up in situation when you enter in the KVK in the kingdom, you're maybe like 50 million, the average power is 100 million, and you're like, oh my god, how I'm going to compete against these people? and this is maybe the ways you can actually compete. At least this is what I'm planning on my channel, Burgas Call of Dragons. I'm going to also share when I'm going to go to compete in the Greatest Heights for the Mage City skin. This is the next city skin that is going to be presented in the game, and so far we get the WAS one. This is for infantry defense. We get the cavalry one, and we get I think the marksman one was basically this one. So we already have like two of the city skins, and boy, I'm so excited, and in same time I'm a little scared when this time is coming, because you know, right now I'm in BTX, and most likely I'm going to fight against kingdoms that are strong like BTX. And oh my god, there's going to be crazy competition for the top 30 places, but in the same time you can just collect coins, and you know, you need 30 million with couple words. So plan how to get 30 million if you want to compete in the Greatest Height. Now if you want to go for the strongest world, the things are a little more different. Now, what is the benefits to be in the strong alliance and going in the strong kingdom? Obviously it's going to be the chest every day. If you're in strong alliance, you're going to get chest. In this chest there is going to be some speed ups, which is going to boost your because you're going to go and get more building speed ups, research speed ups, training speed ups. Also you're going to get some gems from time to time, golden alliance key, and sometimes blue speed ups, this like 8-hour speed up. But lately, even for people like me, I start actually value so much, and this is the VIP points. This thing here, honor points. Now the game actually presents a new mechanic. I think the majority of the players are familiar with that, and this is the S VIP, or I like to say it VIP 16, and I still need like 1.7 million points to be able to open that. It's going to give you 10 of these training speed ups, which is going to make you you can more easy compete with the other players if you have more speed ups. And again, at one point you're not going to need researches or construction, so there is just no value for you. The game presents an event where you can trade your building speed ups. This is the last thing I sold, building speed ups in form of training speed ups, which is absolutely great. Add up from Call of Dragons in the players in the players game to get more value from their resources that they don't need. Also there is for the golden tokens, you can exchange your duplicates, get more tokens. A lot of great stuffs come in Call of Dragons, make the life easier, a lot of quality of life boost, but at the end of the day the competition is going to be the same. The enemy or the people you're competing is going to get the same benefits like you. So the reason to go in the top alliance is obviously getting higher level VIP, so you can buy all the 24-hour speed ups. But if you plan to compete, you just have to be smart, especially if you enter in some Imperial Kingdom where all of the players are strong one, and you're looking like, oh my god, I don't have a chance here. Well, you have a chance, but it's going to need a lot of patience and a lot of discipline to not actually spend your speed ups, because the speed ups is going to be the thing. It's not going to be the resources. Resources, you can actually get one farm and start farming resources. With your main account you can farm mana. With your farm account you can farm ore, gold and wood. But yeah, speed ups is the thing that is going to win your events. So yeah, this will for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments, are you plan to go for some specific event, how much you're prepared for this event in form of speed ups, because let's be honest, you know, the events, the training part is actually the part where the magic is happen. So yeah, just let me know in the comments what is your plans. So far, I wish you a great day. Don't forget to like the video. Again, if you get some value, subscribe if you're new to this channel. I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.